So now we've got all the way up to multiplying and dividing with the polynomials. This can be challenging if we try doing too much of it at once. And to show you that it's doable, I'm going to do both multiplying and dividing together at the same time, but we're going to break it into steps so that we can solve a problem like this one. So the problem itself is 5x going into 2x minus 10. So 2x minus 10 is a polynomial, and that's separated in a set of brackets. All of that is divided by 10x. Now you can do this in whichever order you want. I feel more comfortable multiplying first. If you feel more comfortable dividing first, you can do that. If you don't mind though, we'll do this multiplying first. Let's put that 5x into everything in the bracket. Previously we called this distribution, and we only did it with a negative. This time we're doing it both with a constant and with a variable. So distribution, if you don't remember, it's when something from the outside of a set of brackets moves into a set of brackets. So 5x times 2x gives us 10x squared. 5x times negative 10, don't forget about that negative. That gives us negative 50x. Now we haven't done anything with that divided by 10x yet, so we're going to put that back in there. Okay, the multiplication step is now done. Our next job is to deal with the division step. And that means that whatever we are dividing by must divide into every single number in our polynomial. Remember, back over here, we had to multiply into every single piece of our polynomial. Down over here, we have to divide into every single piece of our polynomial. And we do it in two ways. One with the numbers, the coefficients, and then once again with the variables. So if we look over here, the first thing we got is a 10 divided by 10, which is equal to 1. And we don't have to write our 1's down, but this time I will. And we got an x squared divided by an x. And you got to think all the way back to our exponent laws unit. When you're dividing by two exponents, you just subtract them. So x squared minus x, that leaves you with just x. 2 minus 1 is 1. Next up, we got a negative sign. There's nothing to deal with a negative. If this bottom number here was a negative, you'd end up getting 2, which would turn this into a positive, but that's not what we're dealing with over here, so we can keep our negative from before, and we get a 50 divided by a 10. How many times can we put this 10 into a 50? Well, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times, so that means we can do 5. And now I have x divided by x. Again, remember exponent laws. X to the 1 minus x to the 1 leaves us with x to the 0. What is anything to the exponent 0? It's just 1. So if we clean everything up here, I've got a 1x. I don't have to write the 1. I have a minus 5. And my x to the 0 became a 1. 5 times 1 is just 5. So this actually ends up being my answer. This one's probably one of the more challenging ones because there's a couple of steps involved in it. But as long as you're taking it slowly and you understand things like your exponent laws and your rational numbers, this is where it really shines. So we'll see how well we're doing with those pieces.